Hi, I'm Kyle Osborne, and this is Process Improvement for Management Class 655. One first thing I'd like to talk about the process improvement is that the profits with Mr. Electric have decreased significantly in the past several months. And one thing that I've decided to try to implement slowly but surely under the scenes and informally is to increase advertising and marketing. And the way to do that is to either use door-to-door hangers for uh, cheaper results that can still yield a significant profit, or we can use radio or TV commercials, which will yield a substantial profit in the short term, but long term that would have to be detracted from, or we would expend $6,000, $3,000 every month on advertising, and that would add up quick. And in the slower months for electricians, that's not so great for Mr. Electric. So, moving on quickly, the stakeholders, of course, are the owners, the CEO, the operations manager, who's acting as the general manager as well, the journeyman, the sales representatives, they're combined together. We do both, and then there's the apprentices that work for the journeyman. Eventually, they will become journeymen as well, and they are all important in the aspects of the company. Then, of course, there's the indirect stakeholders, but we're not going to get into that, like supply houses and such. Advertising solutions for profits, which I've briefly touched on, would be the short-term. Short-term solution would be radio and TV commercials, but that's sort of like firing a shotgun out there in the advertising world and trying to get a huge mass of influx of clients or customers, whereas door-to-door hangers actually gets the journeyman and the sales reps out there in front of the customers, and we would be face-to-face with potential customers, potential clients, and hanging door hangers. For the most part, you're just hanging door hangers. I've done it several times myself, and it can be monotonous and tedious, but it's cheap. You know, the journeymen are only paid hourly versus a marketing ad campaign is going to be demanding $6,000 if they're a TV station, or it could be $3,000 if they're a radio conglomerate. So it's much more lucratively feasible to have us out there advertising in our downtime, and then we can get more clients. And statistically, you're looking at 3 to 4% of those would result as actual sales in the door hanger world. So for every 2 hours we're hanging door hangers, we could be generating 2 to 3 clients that will actually purchase something from us. So that's not bad. Moving on, the timeline for this, it takes a couple months. You know, upper management, the OM and the CEO can be a little stubborn, and who wouldn't be when it comes to throwing out $3,000 and $6,000. So it can be a little bit slow of a process, and I've seen this from a few of other students in the class as well, that they've approached upper management with ideas and they are shot down. So I think one of the ways to do that would be the Dale Carnegie approach, which is just to go in there, you know, how to win friends and influence people. Go in there with an open mind and just start spitballing ideas out there, and not have any kind of ego involved, and just see what people say in the group. And then slowly but surely the group will change in your favor if you keep name dropping and speaking the same thing and the same ideas in a different way. Then eventually someone of importance will take that idea, a stakeholder in the upper echelon of the company, and will run with it, saying, "Oh, guys, I've decided to do this." And in reality, well, really the sales team decided that months ago, but thank you for participating. So, but that's okay. I mean, and that happens, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And really, are the journeymen qualified to make those kind of sales decisions for marketing? Probably not. So we do need upper management's permission and upper management's input in order to make that work decisively and correctly. And then the next one, come on. Right. So the timeline continued would be we'd like to do 3 months, 3 to 6 months of TV or radio commercials to see what kind of a profit gain we get from that, and keep track using surveys, client or customer surveys. We can keep track of what kind of profit we obtain from that, versus when we're doing door to door, we can easily keep track of that because of street names. You know, okay, we did Oak Street or we did Cedar Street or whatever we did that day. Any calls coming in from those streets, that's probably door to door hangers, and we can always, our logistics coordinator can always ask, hey, did this person? How did you hear about us? And of course they're going to say, well, I got the door hanger, and in that instance, that's great. That's profit for the sales team. We think this is a win as far as door hangers go because it's cheap and effective. So we're looking to do that. Every 100 houses we hit, we could get 2 to 4. 3 to 4 is what the statistics say, but really you're going to get 2 or 3 actual customers that buy something from you. And then in conclusion, the communications plan, like I said, it's going to be informal for the start, and just continuously bring this up in the meeting. Has got radio and TV pushed through, so that's probably going to happen very soon, but it's very expensive. It's not something to be taken lightly. If the company does it wrong as far as a 1-year startup goes, then you're looking at potential losses, not gains. The other thing is that the door-to-door hangers have minimal risk and maximum reward, because you're paying the journeyman the minimum with no sales commissions, no bonuses, no extra nothing, and then they can actually actualize profits in a more expedient way. Thank you. I am Kyle, and this has been my PowerPoint presentation on the process management for Mr. Electric.